Hi guys, my name is seannyboy808 and this is Anime California. So I've done a lot. Like I've done the whole like K-pop phase. Don't look through my Instagram because it's there somewhere. I've done the whole like emo phase and everything. But I think the reason why I love it so much is because it truly represents who I am as a person. Like I'm all about like good vibes and just good energy and just like making people happy. I realized that this is my way of being able to make people happy and smile and laugh or even talk about stuff. So I think that's one of the reasons why I love it so much. As every teenager has, we were all emo at some point of our life. But I mean, it was just like a fad that I tried and like I was like the whole long hair to the side with the highlights and the black shirt and everything, and it was fun. But I think at that and that was me at that time. But that I grew out of it and I realized that there's more to just that. And then I tried other things until I found this, and I love it. And like I said, it is me, is who I am. And I mean, at one point I move out of it, I move out of it, but currently I love it. I've been doing this for about 2-3 years now, and I'm not planning on stopping it anytime soon. I saw a lot through Instagram actually, and I've always loved pastels and I always loved colorful things. It's just I was an actor at that time, or want to be an actor, and I had an agent that told me I should look this way, play this way, dress this way, and I did it. And I was also a model, and I booked a couple things here and there, but it wasn't really making me happy. It wasn't until I cosplayed for a dance group called Core Dance Crew, and for our performance for AX, we did Oran High School Host Club, and I was one of the twins. And for one of the episodes, or one part of the manga, they changed colors, and I had pink hair, and the other guy had blue hair. So I dyed my hair pink, and I just looked in the mirror and I was like, "Ooh, I like this! Like this is a thing now." And so from there, I changed my whole wardrobe and slowly went into like really liking what I wanted. I don't know, to be honest. I'm kidding. I mean, obviously, I know since Instagram is a very visual based thing. Obviously, visually, the clothes, the photo shoots that I do, I try my best to have very professional type shoots, and I think just kind of showing off, kind of like that type of personality or that type of message. A lot of times, there's nothing wrong with showing different things, whether it is more sexy or more you know alternative different types of like emotions like anger or sadness, but I try my best to promote happiness and try to promote positivity, and I think people really like that. Plus I have a lot of cute stuff. Oh, I have so much things I want to do. You have no idea. I mean, first and foremost, my two goals I will always have in this world is A, to be the first male pink Power Ranger, and B is to have Pokemon make me into a gym leader or an Elite Four. I don't care. Pokemon, you choose whatever you want if you're watching this. But those are like my always. I've had this since I was a kid, and those are lofty, but it's not impossible. I think for like more realistic goals, I really want to obviously continue modeling. I have been professionally modeling for about 2 years now, not stopping anytime soon. I started more YouTube content as well as Instagram, so building that. I want to eventually create a clothing line or a plushie line. I've been already in talks with a couple people and have been collaborating with a bunch of other brands to do that. And finally, I really want to create my own like talk show. Like I love talking. I love just hearing about people, and I think I'm a good host. I think I'll be a great host. I mean, I'll just be me talking like 24/7, but I think I'll be good. So yeah. There's a dichotomy that I find really interesting because there's the brands that there's a lot of, so when I meet people, they either know me from working with brands like Pusheen, Tokidoki, Hello Kitty, Sanrio, Care Bears, and that whole aspect. And I think it's great that a lot of these brands are putting out people who who love embody their image and their message. But I also realize there's a lot of, because of me being a professional model, there's people who I've met who found me through stuff like Wet and Wild or Buzzfeed or when I've done stuff for like Popsockets or other makeup brands, and it's interesting how they found me through that, and then they're like, I don't really like usually follow people like you or whatever, but like you are great. We love your image, we love your message. So it's very interesting to see where, at least for me, where everyone comes from. So there's like the actual like professional modeling people that follow me, and then there's like the whole fan base of all these brands as well. Oh, okay, easy, hands down. Have you ever watched this, guys? Like, book me. Okay. So if we're talking like more like fashion stuff, I would love Moschino and Betsy Johnson. Moschino, for those who don't know, is a high-end fashion brand run by Jeremy Scott, who is like the stylist for 21 and all that stuff. He's known for those like shoes with the wings on them back in the day. Um, he is the artistic director of Moschino, which is a Italian high-end fashion brand. They are known for bringing a unique niche of high fashion with low fashion, aka pop culture. So what really got me to like notice them was when they did the collaborations with like My Little Pony. They did McDonald's. They've done Sims. So they kind of combined high fashion, but they combine low fashion, low culture, which is like pop culture, and they kind of combine the two. And I think I love it. I love them. Jeremy Scott, if you ever watch it, please book me. Or Betsy Johnson. I love Betsy Johnson. She's the best. Hard. Like that. Like I mean, it's always hard. It's for everyone. It's gonna be hard. It's not for everyone. It's not easy. You're gonna have a lot of thick skin. You're gonna need a lot of thick skin because 99% of the time people are gonna say no. Whether you are the most beautiful person on the planet or not, there's always gonna be somebody that's not gonna like you. There's gonna be always be someone that's not gonna book you, and you have to learn how to go through the punches and just push through. I mean, it's obviously hard for me. I have a very unique look, which you would think would be a good thing, but it actually low-key hinders you a lot, especially for like um, commercial modeling, because they want like the all-American guy or girl. So more of the modeling I do is more like on the high-end fashion because I have the high cheekbones. I have like the colored hair, the alternative look. But even then, I'm kind of short, so it's a little bit hard. But again, like I said, it's what I want. It's what I love, and I have to just suck it up and do it. So if you guys want to get into anything, suck it up and do it. So I guess modeling professionally, I would say about like 2, maybe 3 years. So the first year I had like the whole black hair, and I was just trying to be cool and edgy. And I booked things here and there, but I don't know. It was just like your typical thing, and like being a male or being an Asian, being short, obviously in the fashion world is so hard, and that could be a discussion for next time. But once I colored my hair, that for some weird reason people were just like, "Oh my God, you're so different, alternative," and I'm like, "Cool, book me." So they started booking me, and I book a lot of makeup campaigns. I mean, I would love to book fashion campaigns, but it's hard again being because I'm not sample size. Sample size is you need to be anywhere from 5'10" to 6'2", fit a size 30s, fit a size medium, and I'm not that, but I do book a lot of things with makeup companies like Wet n Wild, like Daily Concepts with MAC Cosmetics. I've worked with all of them because you can't see my height with this. Yeah, I mean, I still do like fashion modeling. I've still worked with brands who've done fashion as well, but I realized like my go-to that people book me for is more like on like the makeup side, just because usually when they do makeup, it's just this, and like I have a very different look, which a lot of makeup companies love right now, and I'm very blessed to have more higher cheekbones and a high nose bridge and a very sharp jawline for an Asian, which is also a little bit different. So I kind of use that to my advantage. Kawaii fashion is a subsect of J fashion, and it stemmed from World War II, where people wanted to rebel against what they were being told what to wear, and a lot of kids started to rebel, and that's how J fashion was born. Kawaii fashion is taking these kawaii items or ideas and then kind of embody them and wear them. I think because of anime and manga and kind of also with social media, it's exploded. I know in the 90s and early 2000s, that's when it was at its peak. Obviously, when you think of like Sailor Moon made it helped a lot, even though Sailor Moon isn't necessarily like Kawaii or J fashion, just that whole aesthetic kind of helped bring it into limelight, and also a lot of like very popular magazines such as Fruits or formerly Fruits. They're no longer a magazine, but they published a lot of like fashion, and then when they would spread it, and they would spread the magazines across the world, and so people from New York, LA, Paris, they would look at them and they would be like, oh my god, a lot of these high-end fashion brands were like, what is this, this is new to us, and they would kind of like go to Japan and like research them and eventually bring some aesthetic from Japan to them. Oh, it's been around for a long time. I mean, there's its ebbs and flows like every other type of fashion. But I think recently because of social media, it's definitely coming back up again because before it was going down. I think it's a little definitely different with a Western audience to Japan. I think Japan, there's a very systematic approach to how they do everything in life in general, but especially for fashion, they even do stuff where it's like, okay, like this is what you're allowed to wear, this is what you're not allowed to wear, this is what makes this, Where especially America, we're kind of more just like, if you wear it and you like it, then it is what it is, We're very much more just like, just wear it and be happy. And so I think that's the biggest dichotomy between the two. Not only that, but I think also just um, the the clothing itself and how it's made. In Japan, a lot of people are smaller and skinnier, so they don't make that much sizes for more bigger plus size people compared to countries that have like America. So Americans, there's a lot of people who are in the scene. They've created their own brand so that they can make clothes for themselves or other people who may not fit the mold in Japan. I've lived in Japan for a couple of years, and no matter, I mean, it's not like a strict kind of like rules, but it's an unspoken rule. There's an unspoken code that you have to follow, and if you don't, then to them they just don't consider it, unfortunately, and um, that's something that I wish would change a little bit. It's definitely changing again because there's more foreigners in Japan, and there's more, social because of social media, more people have their eyes in Japan, and I think they're starting to see that change. But I think again the biggest difference is here in the West we're kind of just more like, oh, you want to wear that? Cool, sure, why not? Join the family. We're cool. Just do it. Don't hold back. I mean, I have BDE, so big dick energy, so that's why I can do whatever. Well, I'm not allowed to say that. I'm sorry. Uh, but like, I mean, I'm very confident, obviously, and we all know that. Because of that, I'm able to do what I want to do, and I think for a lot of people, they need to really they don't have to be as confident as myself, but they need to, if they really want to do something, they should just try it. Just go for it. Don't care what people think. Don't care what people say because at the end of the day, you make yourself happy. So if you want to try something, whether it's getting into fashion, trying a new sport, following that dream job, you just do it. And if you don't get it or it doesn't suit you, then it is what it is. But at least you tried because you don't want to be in your deathbed regretting anything,